Just when you thought porn harms couldn't get any more shallow and pedantic, Mr. Charlatan Heston himself is back on the attack. Get your paws off me, you damn dirty lobbyist, because it's time for the Smackdown.
First, I want to see I could go on. These examples illustrate how pornography is set into everyday life and is a key sign that
Okay, first of all, I don't have a shirt on because I just got out of bed. If you don't like that, fuck you. Anyway, by popular request, let's take a look at whatever problem Dawn Hawkins is having now that could, once again, I'm sure, be resolved by masturbating feverishly.
Hi, I'm Dawn from Porn Harms and Morality in Media. I just wanted to alert you all to the fact that Groupon, for the second time, has sent thousands of emails to individuals advertising for a tour where people can likely view the live taping of sadomasochistic torture and rape pornography.
Nowhere in their advertisement does Groupon say anything about rape pornography. That is an absolute lie.
They've cleverly disguised the coupon as being a historic tour and compared it even to the Smithsonian Institute, but they are enticing people further to buy it, saying, depending on your timing, you'll be able to glimpse a live filming. I just wanted to explain to you all what that live filming is of. And
you could just, encourage them to make an informed decision by going to the kink.com website, but who would want that?
What exactly Groupon is advertising for. So I went to the website, Kink, that Groupon is running the ad for, and I just wrote down some of the things that they say that they specialize in and offer. Bound gangbangs. They say that they use sexy young teens who are overwhelmed and outnumbered, and then they talk about how they have device bondage, which is women bound and gagged. They're whipped, objectified, and humiliated. Those are the same words that we use all the time for the many ways that pornography harms, because it objectifies women, is humiliating, and that's exactly what they're using to advertise.
It's just amazing to me how they absolutely refuse to comprehend or analyze the fact that there are people who actually enjoy that sort of thing. And believe it or not, those people don't necessarily have anything wrong with them. That may just be what they're into. Some of us are okay with that.
For their pornography. It says that the women are immobilized, caged, and humiliated as objects. They're bound with chains, metal bondage, metal restraints, collars, leather bondage, head harnesses. I can't even read the majority of the things that are on the websites. It's so disgusting. I don't want you to hear that from me, but I really want you to understand what Groupon is advertising for. They have hogtied, which is women who are suspended and restrained in rope bondage. This is when the girl has been tormented beyond all reason. They grant her release, but only after exploiting and humiliating her further. There's public disgrace, which is hardcore bound women. It's hardcore public sex with bound women who are tied up, punished. It says that they specialize in public humiliation. Again, I'm not even going to read any more of this to you, but...
Am I the only one who thinks Dawn is looking a little hot and bothered reading all of that? Anyway, it's worth pointing out that kink.com tends to, I've never seen them not do this, but they always have interviews with the model, the female model or the male model or whoever the feature, the focal point of the shoot is, after the performance, to talk to them about how they felt about it, how it felt to them, what did they enjoy, what did they not enjoy. Sometimes if there's an audience, they'll interview members from the audience to talk to them and get a feel for it. And the interviews tend to seem very pleasant and very frank and very candid. So the fact that that is always there, I think, is something that's a very good sign, because they do take into account a genuine interest in the feelings of the people involved. So that would speak against the kind of horrific torture that Dawn is describing.
I also just want to point out that I read a few accounts of past performers who have worked for kink, and one specific one, the woman said that she repeatedly asked them to stop, that it was hurting too much, she didn't want to go on any further, and that when she did say to stop, that they just increased the intensity of the torture. And if any of this is true, then any woman would recognize too that this is rape, and Groupon shouldn't be
I have to commend Dawn here for actually clarifying her statement with the phrase, if any of this is true. I looked at the links she provided in the crotch bar. One of them is to the traffic jamming report, prostitutionresearch.com/blogs/report_of_assault_at_@.html, more. Anyway, I'm reluctant to put links in my videos for the moment because of this one dingus that decided to take the YouTube law into his own hands. Anyway, it says report of assault at kink.com, a San Francisco torture pornography production company. A post about a woman who'd been brutally assaulted as part of a production at kink.com in San Francisco appeared on Luke Ford's blog, www.lukeisback.com, on January 10, 2008. There were 18 responses, including my own. After 5 days, the thread was removed from his site. I have reason to believe that this account is substantially true. What is really going on at kink.com? What can we do about it? And then Melissa, this is from Melissa Farley, and I'm not sure. There's nothing provided to suggest that or to substantiate that it's true. But anyway, it was posted on lucasback.com. It was written by director Ricky D. That would certainly lend it some credibility that a established and working pornographer is saying this. But anyway, let's take a look at what he says. He says, I usually don't post this kind of stuff, but I really don't like to see talent get taken advantage of. A close friend of mine worked for Kink for her third time recently and had the most traumatizing experience of her life. No, she didn't do the training of everyone is always talking about. Her injuries after the shoot include numerous lumps on both breasts from being slapped, whipped with a bamboo cane, bruises and rope burns from head to toe, bleeding from both her vagina and butt, and soreness everywhere from being constantly shocked when she made it known that she didn't want to do it. On top of that, it was shot in a room with running water flowing through the room that was so cold that during the shoot you can see the talent's breath. On top of that, she can't sleep because of the pain and flashbacks from the scene in her dreams. She officially quit the business right after the shoot. I'm sure she's not the only one they've driven to leave. It seems as though once they get you into that building, they torment you as much as they can get away with until the talent won't work for them or at all anymore. People in this industry know the hush money they pay talent to shut the fuck up. I know quite a few girls that they've taken advantage of and felt the need to give them extra money after that. I've talked to the producers, directors, and talent. The only people saying positive stuff about them are the ones making money off of them. I know what people will say. This girl was looking for attention. If she was looking for attention, she'd post to herself. And no, she's not a drug addict. She had some medical issues as a child that would kill her if she takes almost any recreational drug. This is just a warning to any girls looking to work for them and people looking to push traffic to them. I just hope you're okay with promoting sites like theirs with people like that. Okay, the things I have to take issue with are, one, he said that it was her third time. So that would indicate to me that she was not unaware of what she was getting into, that she had dealt with them before and was coming back to it. Perhaps she consented to do something she'd never done before, but it sounds like she has an established working relationship with them. Now, the other question I have to raise is that there's an ambiguous statement where she says being constantly shocked when she made it known she didn't want to do it. Does that mean that she did not want to be shocked in the scene? That she made it known beforehand that she did not want to be shocked in the scene before it happened? Or were they shocking her because she was saying she didn't want to do something? That's not well worded, so I don't know what he's trying to say there. The question I have to raise, though, is at any point, did she use her safe word? I know the house safe word for kink is red. Did she try that? Did she try her personal safe word? That is not expressed. That is not explained. Kink, like most bondage activities, works off of safe words. So if she used her, that is the question: did she use her safe word, and was she ignored? Now, as far as the shoot not stopping when the model wants it to, there is a video on eFukt, that's EFUKT, that depicts, and you'll have to go find it because I can't link to that sort of thing at the moment, but there it depicts a young woman who is actually supposed to be losing her virginity on camera to kink.com, and she and the gentleman, the guy that's attempting to penetrate her, at one point she asks him to stop, and he does. Then throughout the whole thing, they pick it back up later, and throughout the whole thing, people are saying encouraging things to her. When he finally does fully penetrate her, they applaud for her and that sort of thing. So it's presented as being a very positive, very nurturing environment. And then this one comment comes up, and I think that this has to be needs to be read, and this was posted by, let me see, it's posted by someone named Kitty. Anyway, it says, I've been to the main space where kink.com is set. I've met many of the models, the riggers, and know the man who runs the various sites. I'm sorry, Mel, but I don't think you're telling the whole story. Most of the people I know who work at Kink consider it the best job they've ever had. Kink.com spends a lot of extra time establishing consent and even utilizes the use of safe words. There are pre-shoot interviews that go on as well. I'd like to draw attention to kink.com/shooting rules. Some parts of the guidelines of note. Tears from pain. This is not allowed under any circumstances. However, if this happens during a live show, the scene has to stop and the model must be comforted on camera and the tears are wiped away. The scene can continue at a slower pace if the model agrees and has stopped crying. Shoots involving BDSM, hogtied, water bondage, wired pussy, men in pain, sex and submission. Oh, and men in pain, yes, they do have many sites, sub-sites on kink.com catering to men being humiliated in some way. That, of course, is never mentioned by Dawn. And sex and submission and whipped ass must include both a pre-shoot interview and a post-shoot interview. The pre-shoot interview is to establish consent. It shows that the model is here by his or her own free will, that the model is not under the influence of any intoxicating substances, and that the model fully understands what will occur during the shoot. It's okay to have models bound superficially for the pre-shoot interview, not severely bound, but it's fine to have them in handcuffs or secured in some way. The post-shoot interview must be at least 2.5 minutes long. Must be 2.5 minutes long, and the models must have sufficiently recovered from the shoot to express themselves coherently about their experiences. The models should do most of the talking, and the questions should be open-ended and not suggestive, i.e. the questions should be in the form of what did you like or dislike about the shoot, rather than you liked that, didn't you? The responses to these questions must be coherent and deliberate. The model must be aware of his or her safe word as described above. The model should be periodically reminded of his or her power to use the safe word during the scene downtime, especially when a scene is intense, i.e. The top should step out of character, comfort the model, and ask if the model is okay, and remind him or her that it is okay to use his or her his or her safe word. The safe word should not be used as part of the scene to taunt or dare a model. Any person on set has the power to request brief downtime to check on the model if they feel that it is necessary. Kink wants to avoid the possibility that some models feel pressure not to safe word when on camera. Electricity should not be used above the waist except as follows. Nipple clamps where the nipple completes the circuit, i.e. electricity passes through the nipple only, not the breast or to breast. Sticking muscle stimulators on the lower stomach area. Mains powered electrical appliances such as the Hitachi Magic Wand should not be used in any scene that involves water. Note that the output of the TENS unit used in WiredPussy.com is low voltage. Let's see. Just a few examples. The people who do the rigging, this is the person blogging, continuing. Just a few examples. The people who do the rigging know what they're doing. Shanta Rose, for example, is a well-known rope bondage expert and knows far more than I do on the human body and pressure points. This isn't a site where any old person can walk in and get a job tying women up and hurting them. It's also not a site where any old model can come in thinking they'll make some money and not know some money and not knowing what they're in for. The process to double check consent, I think they use I think they even use checklists rating things from 1 to 5 and allowing the models to state their limits is extensive. If a model did have an abusive experience, I think she should go to the police. I think the people I know from kink.com would expect that. They're pretty involved in the kinky community and would encourage someone in another situation to seek help. So I doubt they treat their models any differently. I'm hoping this will even get posted. I'm guessing it might not. Okay, so on. Okay, the other article that she cited has one block of text I want to read to you and discuss, and after that, it truly demonstrates its worthlessness by delineating into quoting Gail Dines and Robert Jensen. Anyway, this is supporters of women's liberation.wordpress.com/2008/01/20/assault-at-kink-com-torture-porn-production-company. And and it says warning may be triggering. So if you like to revel in your own victimhood, then this might get you going. Anyway, it says Kink.com is a torture pornography production company. In January 2007, Kink.com purchased a large building in San Francisco in the Mission District, a community that is in need of affordable housing, that has many at-risk youth, and that for many years has been identified as the Latino heart of San Francisco. In February 2007, the Mission Armory Community Collective demonstrated against Kink.com's use of a large and valuable piece of San Francisco real estate for torture pornography production. Instead of using the block-long building for torture pornography, the Mission Armory Collective has proposed that we use the Mission Armory for affordable housing, a community center, and a space for community nonprofits. And that just really pisses me off, because it's like we're going to take an overwhelmingly impoverished community. This entity, this capitalist entity, comes in and sets up something that provides jobs. And I'm not just talking about production jobs. They need jobs that, they need clerical jobs, or people to do clerical jobs. They need people to, the Teamsters and and all of the the equipment operators and all the way down to janitors. There are all kinds of positions that could be done by people in the local community, therefore bringing commerce and into the local community, stimulating the local economy, bringing jobs to the local economy. All of that is open to the local community. There are jobs available there because of that. And they're bringing jobs into the community, and they're stimulating the community in general. The people that work in that area are going to, go out to restaurants in that area for lunch and dinner. They're going to populate those areas as far as, providing them with commerce and providing them with business. It stimulates the economy to have a working, profitable business in that area. But instead, what these assholes want to do is they want to put together a housing, a community center, and a space for community nonprofits. Where the fuck do you think the money from that comes from? It comes from the taxpayers. And that all you're doing, that is anything that is taxpayer funded, is ultimately a temporary solution. The ultimate solution, a temporary solution, because it relies on continued public funding, and the wider the public funding gets spread, the less of it there is to go around, as the entire history of communism has taught us. So rather than do something that is actually stimulating the area and actually could serve to re-energize the area economically, what these assholes want to do is just further drain the limited resources that are probably going to have to come at the local level, not the state or national level. So you want to further drain the resources to put up affordable housing, a community center, and a space for community nonprofits. No, let real thriving business come into that community, and that is what will turn it around. So, I'm not totally discounting what Ricky D said, but there are some questions there that need to be further answered. And on top of that, it has to be weighed against the vast number of people that have worked for Kink and apparently enjoyed the experience and continue to come back. I know Bobby Starr continues to work for Kink, and as far as I know, she's very happy with the experience, and I've even seen her defend the experience in the webcast, the video podcast that she does on bobbystar.com.
Associated with this company or with any pornography, it's time for us to do something about it. This is the second time Groupon is advertising for this, and so we're calling on you all to take action. Contact Groupon, ask them to stop advertising for pornography and the exploitation of women. Any coupon that exploits women is worthless. Let them know that. You can contact them on their website, or we have gathered the contact information for most of Groupon's top executives. You can send an email personally to their inboxes. If you go to waronillegalpornography.com, you can see this widget where you can use our email, or you can feel free to write your own, and it will go to about 20 of their top executives. We hope that you'll take action. We encourage you to cancel your subscription to Groupon, spread the word. This is not okay, and we as consumers will not stand for this. And there's something that we can do. So take action. Thanks.
Dear Groupon, as a proud pornography user and enthusiastic supporter of Kink.com, I would like to take advantage of this opportunity to commend you for your continued support of the Kink Armory. Please continue to provide the coupons so that more persons may see for themselves the positive and life-affirming inner workings of the adult entertainment industry. I am sorry that you are being bombarded by busybodies who think they can pressure you into adhering to their outdated puritanical authoritarianism. Sincerely, Jordan Owen. And send. Oh, would you look at that? I must enter my address, my city, my state, my email, my phone number. Oh well, it was worth a try.